Welcome to the Masterful Morning Show. We are absolutely delighted here to have 3 other coaches on the call. It's a 6-coach call, everyone. We are delighted to have the 3 founders of Elevate the Masses. Let me tell you all about them because you may not have heard about them, or maybe you've gotten the word that something's about to come. I'd like to welcome Karen, Leah, and Kristen. They're 3 coaches that came together to form Elevate the Masses. Their mission is to become beacons of light shining into the darkness, which abbreviated is BOLD. The women only have one goal, one intention, and one focus, and that is to help people make the changes they want to see in their lives. I think we have a very similar mission here as well. Elevate the Masses is a podcast for people who are ready to make a change in their lives, and it introduces you to their signature framework for transformation called Guideposts To Change. Each dynamic episode will usher you through the evolution of growth. Change usually involves more than one thing. It is like cracking cement. The crack reveals many lines after the initial impact, and each crack has a story to tell. And it is in revealing the story your freedom lies. I'm so glad to have you, ladies. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having
us.
Yes, thank you. We're so glad to be here.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. It's good to see each and every one of you.
Absolutely. And I love that we're from all parts of the world today. This is so great.
All corners of the world. Welcome, 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 ladies. I'm so happy that you're here. Now, first, I just want to jump off and ask, what is it that you guys are all about? Go ahead and, share with us what it is you have going on.
Well, I would say that we're all about change, and we're all about making change something that anyone believes that they can obtain. Sometimes when you look at change, you look at, oh my God, it's so overwhelming, and how can I do it? And is this possible for me? And the thing that happened for us was we realized that change is possible for everybody. It all depends on how you look at it. And so what we do is we come together, realize that when we came together initially with our own mastermind. And in that mastermind, we realized that we were talking the same language. We were working on our own individual issues and things that we wanted to see changed, and realized that we were really speaking the same language. And we thought, what about taking this to the world? Because there's so many people that struggle with this. Even the word change scares them. So the 3 of us got together and decided that we would elevate the masses, and we came up with our podcast. Yeah, that's how we got started. And so, and as far as where we're going to go, we have guideposts. And in the guideposts, there's elements of each. There's the daring, then you have the living, and now we have embracing. And sometimes if you can just dare, and dare can just start with just a desire. And then the next thing you know, you're living it. And so each one of the guideposts takes you to a different level or elevation of what it is that you want to do. And then we support you in our Elevate the Masses community to even take you further with your changes. And we, if you have questions, and we answer those during our Facebook Live. And yeah, that's how we go. That's how we flow. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think the guideposts, we really hope that they help kind of shine a light for people, kind of like a flashlight to help guide you as you make the transitions and you try and do the change work, because it can be overwhelming. And I think that's the other thing we really like to bring out is that you have choice. Like, change can seem overwhelming, and you don't always have control over what might be happening in life, but you do have control over how you react to it or how you act with it. And that's where you have choice, and you get to create. You get to manifest what it is that you want by making sure that you are realizing you you co-create with the universe and you have choice. So I think that's also what we try to do with change, to help you kind of flip that and look at it from a different perspective, because there is infinite possibilities if you just take a step back. So yeah.
Beautifully said, ladies. Very
I think the
nice.
thing that I really like is when I finally realized that I actually co-created my life. Like, it just didn't happen to me. That a lot of things were happening for me. And then when I realized that, you know, I had choice in the matter, then I was like, well, you know, what do I choose? I started getting up. This was where I initially started with this. I started getting up and I said, what do I want to create today? And the first couple of times I said that, I thought, what are you talking about? But it's what do I want to create today? How do I want to look at the world today? And it's so interesting that throughout the day, you're going to find those little pieces of, oh, I made that happen. That was a choice that I made, and I chose to be different. And that brings about, you know, a different way, another way of change. Yeah.
That's awesome. Leah, if I ask, I hear your message of change, and you said that you guys first came together on a mastermind group. What specifically, like, did you form your mastermind group thinking about change, or did you start with another thing and it just kind of developed from there? What really brought you three together?
Right. So we came together last September, all three of us, and started a mastermind. And as Karen had said earlier, you know, we were having these powerful discussions about transformation. And it was like Kristen had come up with an idea, I think in March. She just threw it out there. You guys should do a podcast. And we're like, what? Say what? And we stood back and was like, wow. And it was like within 24 hours, and Kristen was saying to Karen and I to start a podcast, and we're just like, I never thought of that. And within 24 hours, we called Kristen and said, yeah, we want to do a podcast, all three of us. And so that's how it manifested. And the ideas that come they're all source inspired, that which is greater, however you want to call it. And so we come together, and all of our direction and decisions and ideas are source inspired. And what is so cool, you guys, is that we'll all separate, like we'll meet once or twice a week, and we get what we call downloads or ideas. And then when we come together, we all have the same idea, but we say it in a different way. And so and it's incredible, because that's the message that we feel that we are inspired to. We know that's our message to share with people for that day. And it's been the most incredible experience ever. I've always been a person that has always been a giver, you know, and always wants to help people and support people. That's just kind of like a mama bear. You know, I've always been called Mama Leah at work when I worked at the law office, because I was always kind of putting my wing around all the people that came in. And yeah, I hope that answers your question. I kind of rambled, but yeah, it was awesome. It's awesome. That's how we came together that way. And yeah, we just have like we just have this energy that's like, when we get together, it's just natural. It's an easy conversation, and the ideas that come are so powerful. And I know that other people, if they hear them, you know, they may get a nugget out of it. That's all, you know, that's my goal, is just get one little nugget. And if it's going to change your life, it's like a ripple effect. You know, if it's going to change one person's life, it's going to affect the other people around them.
Absolutely.
So yeah. Thank you for asking, Melanie. Yeah.
That's awesome to hear that you guys are so in sync with each other, because it made me think of our group with Marion, Melanie, and myself, that you know, we can be going through very similar things at the same time, but in different time zones all around the world. And to hear you guys doing that's just awesome. So yeah, that's great to hear.
Yeah, it's fun. It is. Thank you, Talos.
Karen, we've known each other a little while now online,
Just a
and
little
look,
bit.
just a little bit, yeah. And to watch you is just so inspiring. And I want to know what inspired you with this work. What got you into it?
Yeah. Oh, Talos, you're not. You don't have enough time, but I too just knew. I think at an early age, I would think I was in my 20s, and I just knew that I wanted to serve. And Sean Croxton had us read a book called The Go Giver, and I read that book, and my heart just already knew that that was who I was and who I was becoming. But when I read that book, it embraced me in such a different way. And I was just like, I want to do something. And I had retired from nursing. And all of a sudden, I had this freedom that I wasn't constricted anymore. And I said, I'm going to do whatever it is that Source wants me to do. And the next thing you know, I ended up in coaching. Then I ended up with these ladies, and I met you guys along the way. And I was in your Masterful Manifestors, and that was so good. And then all of a sudden, I felt this calling, and I had no idea that we were going to be doing this podcast. And I think you guys remember, I came out of every group, because I felt this overwhelming desire that something was brewing. I didn't know what it was, but I knew something was brewing. And I had so many people say, Karen, what are you doing? I was like, I really don't know, but something's brewing. And little did I know that it was going to be this podcast. And little did I know it was going to be with these two ladies who we were just having our own mastermind. And when it came together, and you guys should see us in our meetings, we're like, I mean, it gets so good. It gets so good that sometimes we just stop and we breathe. We just breathe because we can see what we're going to be bringing to the world. And the other thing is, people are dying for this change. They just want to know that it's possible for them.
Mm-hmm.
And we let them know, gosh, it's more than possible for
Mm-hmm.
you. So yeah, it just came to fruition.
I love that, Karen. I mean, I know personally, like when you were withdrawing out of that, and the other group that you did have, that you were helping people with their confidence. That I was part of that. You just were such an inspiration for me in there, and you were kind enough to let me reach out to you a few times. So it really, really speaks to me. I know how powerful. And I'm just like so excited that this is coming out, to finally get to see, what was coming together and who these beautiful partners of yours that are, and to be able to have a behind the scenes now, as far as in your private group right now, to already see this beautiful group coming together. So I'm super, super excited. And I just want to say thank you very much, ladies. You're wonderful. I love your energy. I love watching you, what you've been in the group. It's absolutely wonderful. And Karen, I love that the topic where you went into the details of the no. So beautiful. Yeah. I'm really excited. I'm already ready for that podcast. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, Karen, I love that story so much because it's so true to something we teach a lot at Masterful Manifestors, which is you have to create the space for the universe to deliver. You can ask, but if you don't have any space for you to receive, it's not gonna really flow as well. And so I really love that story, and I am so excited that you guys are launching, that you're going public, that all of this, because I need you guys back in my life. I need you to share all of this. So I want to hear the details of this launch that you're doing next week. And also, where can we go? Because you've got a community and we can plug in right now. I was just watching a live last night with all three of you, and it was so powerful. Love that. So tell me everything.
Go ahead,
So-
Leah.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'll take it, girls. So we, the best place to go to find out about Elevate the Masses is at our website, which is just elevatethemasses.com. And we've set it up so it's very easy to connect with us on social media. So just look for the social button at the top. And what else was it that you asked? There was a second question, Marianne. I forgot what the other one was. Where
Yeah,
you can
what's
find-
happening next week?
Yeah, and well, of course, what's happening next week? Hello. So next Tuesday, September 29th, we will be launching our we're live with the world. And so we will have all the links to our podcast. I'll have the RSS feed so you can copy and paste that into whatever browser you like to use. And everything will be available through the website. It's probably the easiest way to connect with us. We tried to make it simple for everyone, so it's kind of a one-stop shopping. So they just go to one place, sign up for everything, and you're ready to go. And we're so excited so excited about it. So yeah.
Awesome. That's elevatethemasses.com. And it is in the
Yes.
description for wherever you're watching or listening to this. Well, ladies, thank you so much for taking the time. I know it's an early morning for you guys, but I appreciate that you took the time to join us and share Elevate the Masses with our audience. We are so excited about your launch next week, and
Thank
we'll
you.
definitely be tuning in. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Yeah,
Thank you so much,
for
guys.
having
Thank you.
us,
Thank you,
you
ladies.
guys. It's wonderful.